Okay, this is my third attempt. This is really hard, but I'm up for the challenge. So, let's make a game in 15 minutes. My second attempt, I got that close and I forgot two little things. So, we'll see how this goes. I'm not going to be talking because I have to concentrate. I have to put all my concentration into this. So I will let the voice in my head entertain you while I work. Okay. All right, let me make sure everything's ready. Got Visual Studio open. And my brain's ready. Kinda. All right. Let's do this. 15 minutes starts right now. So the first thing I'm going to start with is changing the color that the camera sees, because we don't want the default boring blue. No thank you. Okay, that was easy. Now it's time to create the player, which is a knob, little circle, player. And then I realized, no, I should do the UI stuff first. So there's going to be a score text, a high score text, and a text that says, press space to fire. And the player will be firing bullets. So I've got my score text now. Trying to hurry, man. This is so hard. This is so stressful, but stressful in the most fun way, you know. All right. I thought about doing a title screen where it said press WSAD to move and space to fire, and then you press R or something to start the game, but didn't have time for that. I figured it's pretty obvious knowing that you should use WASD to move. Anyway, now I'm creating the player script, and it didn't open the first time. All right, we got a player script with a lowercase p that bothers me, but who cares? There goes the mic. In my face. Out of my way. No time for you. All right. We need a reference to the bullet. So I like never use public variables, so this was weird for me. But just getting all my references set first. So they're there. Need the bullet and then a couple integers. Gonna need to check where to spawn or how to spawn the bullets, and obviously we need a score and the static high score, so when you die and the scene is reloaded, it retains its value. And then the text to actually, set the text. And right when we start, we want to make sure that we say, hey, we want to let the high score know what the actual high score is every time the scene is loaded. So we're throwing that in start. And now, what am I gonna do next? I don't remember. Oh, movement. You gotta move. So get axis raw. Horizontal and vertical. Standard procedure. And we're going to throw those into a transform to translate. There's so many different ways to move, but I think that's my favorite. And we got a typo. Probably have many of those throughout this video. Many, many typos. All right, now we're moving. We're moving somewhere. Move by a vector 2. Move by our horizontal and vertical axes. So we can move with WASD and the arrow keys. And we got our speed. All right. now, what am I doing? I am clamping the position. So I gotta check. I don't want the player to be able to go outside of the bounds of the screen. So I've got to check where those bounds should be. And I made the player red here, but I should have made him green, which I'll change later. And then I realized the camera was not in its right spot. Because earlier, when I did my second attempt, I just took everything, deleted it, and reset the scene. But apparently the camera was not completely reset. Or at least it was, it just wasn't set at the right position. So now I got trouble, always trouble. Can't rush through code, man. I mean, you can, but it sucks. Now I'm just clamping the player's position on screen approximately. Don't have time to not be approximate. Look at that stress on my face. He's feeling it. I know he's feeling it. And not just because I'm him. Alright, clamp function is done. So now what's next? What do we got going next? The brain is turning. The gears are turning. And now we gotta fire the bullets. We gotta make those bullets spawn. So when we press space, we're gonna check that spawn integer and say, depending on the spawn integer, we're gonna rotate the bullet to face a certain direction, and the bullet's always moving up depending on the way it's rotated. So the way the bullet spawning is gonna work is it spawns on going one side, then another, then the fourth side, and then it resets. So I originally had it to where you could control where the bullets spawn. Like you could hit right arrow to spawn a bullet going to the right, left arrow to spawn a bullet going to the left, etc. But I figured that was too easy. And it was faster to code by just doing this instead of... Because you only need to code one input this way. But yeah, so all I'm doing here is spawning the bullet, and depending on that integer, change the rotation, and then add to the spawn integer. And if it's greater than 3, make it 0. So it's only 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And wasted a little time here, but that's all right. And now I need to actually set the high score, but only if it's greater than the high score. Only if the current score is greater than the high score. One thing I wish I would have done is added I probably had time for this at the end, but I couldn't think. But one thing I wish I would have done was added a regular score text, like a current score text, below the high score text, so you know what you're at. But time was ticking. All right, now I've got the score functionality. Just have to make sure that when the bullet hits the player, the scene gets reset. And that's what I'm doing right here. Scene manager, load scene, and get the index of the current scene, so it reloads the current scene. Bada bing, bada boom. And I think the player script is finished. Alright, now we need our bullets. So let's make a bulk-it. Alright, that works. Nope, never mind. The name is gone. It's alright, we can rename it. I haven't noticed yet. When am I going to notice the name is not right? Right. Nope, still haven't noticed. Oh, there. Well, there I noticed. Oh, no, not yet. There I noticed the player was the wrong color. So now the player's green and the bullets are red. And then I noticed the bullet name was incorrect. Okay. Now we just got to add collider so it can collide with the player. turn it off so that it doesn't collide with the player right away. I'm going to end up turning that back on after a certain amount of time after it spawns. There's probably better ways to do that, but it was quick and easy. So that's how I ended up doing it. And all right, we got our bullet script open, and we're going to take the collider, get a reference to it. Again, using those nasty public variables. Alright, gonna start a coroutine right when the bullet spawns to after you had return. Wait. No. I need seconds. There we go. Alright. Wait 0.5 seconds, and then we're gonna turn the collider on so it can kill you. Cool. Now we gotta make sure. Don't forget to start the coroutine. That's a mistake I've made many times. Alright, we started the coroutine. Okay, now we started the coroutine. Okay, now what does the bullet need? It needs to move. It needs to reset at the edges of the screen. And I think that's it. I don't think we'll see if I'm forgetting something, but right now, I don't remember the exact... Oh, actually, I think I have a timer up on screen. I don't know. I haven't edited the video yet. Well, I have, but not yet. I have in the future, but you're hearing this in the future. So, okay, whatever. Irrelevant. So, yeah, now I gotta check the X position to reset it if it's too far to the left or too far to the right, and then I'm going to do the Y position. First, I need to get a reference to the current position just to write this quicker. So we say transform to position, new vector 2, not all one word, new vector 2, and then if it's -10, go to 10. Keep the Y position. All right. Now we gotta check the other direction for the X. And realize little fumble here. Realize I shouldn't have typed that else statement. But there we go. Pasting is faster here. And now we check the positive X. If it's 10, it goes to -10. And now we gotta check the Y. Transform to position.y is less than, what I do, -6? Yeah, -6. And then gotta move us to the bottom. New vectro. Struggling here. I'm feeling the pressure of the time. Almost done though. Alright. We're greater than 6. We got our -6. Alright. What's left? Is that it? Oh no, that's not it. I've got to assign all the variables. Make the prefab, assign the variables. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. And did I forget anything? Yes, of course I did. We gotta make sure that the bullet knows about its own collider. Alright, now. Did I make it? Clamp is working. And bullets are flying. And player is dying.
I did it! I did it! With over a minute to spare. Whew, you know what? Okay. What else could I add to this in a minute? I don't know. Too much pressure, man. How's the speed of everything? Speed's fine. You know what? Maybe I'll make the bullets a little faster. Nah. 1 minute left. No, I'm gonna keep them like that. I think this is fine. And you die, and your high score is retained. Okay. Yeah, so if you couldn't tell, this is basically a game where you have to... You're pretty much your own enemy. But every time you fire a bullet, you get a point. And your objective is to get as many points as possible. Fire as many bullets as possible, so you want to fire them in a way that they're easier to avoid. There's different strategies. But, yeah. That was my game in 15 minutes. Or less. Thanks for watching. And you can download the game in the link in the description. Okay.